Hey, in this video, I'll be discussing my 3-year experience with the Overland Vehicle Systems Nomadic 2 rooftop tent. Let's get into it. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert with Sherburn Outdoors. Welcome to the Cohutta Wilderness. It's the middle of October. Everything's on fire. The leaves are just exploding. They're dropping. They're super colorful right now. Anyway, I just realized it had been 3 years. I bought this tent from Overland Vehicle Systems back in the pandemic, and I thought maybe it'd be a good time to give a review on kind of my thoughts about it. You know, when I first started with this, I had it on a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and then I kind of moved it. And I don't know that I looked around a lot for a rooftop tent, to be honest, when I first started this overlanding experience. It was the pandemic, and as everybody knows, you kind of take what you could take. But, you know, I was lucky enough to find this, and it's been a really good tent. Good rooftop tent. I don't keep it on the entire time. As you've probably seen in other videos, I lift it and drop it. I have a lift system in my garage, and I keep it on the billy bars itself, actually clamped, and they just kind of come in and out. But for me, for my personal use, I've had one other person in it before, but it's usually just me in there, and it has worked great. I've used it in the summer, the spring, the fall. I've used it in 20-degree weather with a diesel heater, and it works really well. I've been very happy with it. Hadn't had any issues. I will say, if I had to look at doing this all over again, knowing what I know now, I might go with a wedge or a kind of half lift, something. This does take a little bit of time to set up. I've gotten better at it and I've gotten faster at it, but actually setting it up and tearing it down is a little bit of effort, especially as my Jeep's gotten taller with lifts and bigger tires. I kind of got to climb all over it and do various things, but it's been pretty good. Let me just walk you around, show you kind of what's the same, how it's set up here, and also some modifications that I made. I did rip out the mattress and put in something else. Starting on this side over here, you see I actually have this offset a little bit. I do use these Roam containers. I've got the 105 right there that sits in the back, and then I've got the long 95 that actually sits in here in this quick release system. So this actually does work pretty well. This is your basic rooftop tent. I think all of these are probably made in the same factory. It's really good. It's made of good material. I will say I paid about 1,500 bucks for it. Back in the day, you come around, it's got your standard stuff. I have been in severe cold, and I have been in some severe rain. No snow at this point in time, but the only thing I don't like is these things. I very rarely ever actually even stake them. I usually just leave them hanging down. But it's got that, it's got the ladder. One thing I hate about this ladder is how skinny these are. If you get down on with your bare feet, it is like it's like you stepped on a Lego the entire way down. So I usually keep some flip-flops and a bag I haven't put up here just yet that goes in. And then you got your basics. So if you see in the back, we've got pillows. I carry an extra sleeping bag, and then I mostly sleep on a quilt. But this is the thing that I made the biggest upgrade. This is the Lost Horizon 4.5. Inflatable, deflatable mattress. It's got a foam insert inside of it, and it has changed how I sleep. Before, I was the one that came stock from the factory was a little bit stiff, and I just couldn't get a good night's sleep. I sleep on my sides, and it just didn't work at all. And by putting that in, I got a whole video on that if you want to watch it. I can throw it in the description. But it kind of changed my whole perspective. So that's just kind of a walk around of kind of the tent on how it is today. And you know, and again, it's been 3 years. I feel like I've gotten all $1,500 out of this. I've done so many trips. I've documented. There's all kinds of trips that we've done with this. But what is my next tent? That's a really good question. I've been thinking about this because I like the low profile billy bar system where everything sits behind the cab. And I'm not sure. I love those wedge style tents, but they go over the cab a little bit, and you need a little bit taller rack system. And so I'm not sure about those. I like those little half lifts, and then it kind of comes out a little bit further with a hard shell. I like those. Those seem to be able to set up fairly quickly. That will be what I'm looking for next time, is something that sets up and takes down extremely quick. This is a little bit of effort. I'd say, you know, to get it up, it's probably 20 minutes. To get it down, 20 minutes as well. Seems for me, just kind of moving around. It's just a lot of effort. With that said, I am very happy with this whole setup, this whole experience, and the quality of the stuff from Overland Vehicle Systems has been great too. They didn't pay me to say this. I actually bought this with my own money. But it's been a good experience. I'm still not sure what the next thing is, but it's coming soon. Trust me, probably in the spring, I'll have a completely new setup. All right, if there's any tent manufacturers out there you want to reach out, I'm all here to help with. Anyway, hey, if you got any value out of this, go ahead and click that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell to be notified when we got new content out there. Again, welcome to the Cohutta Wilderness. Isn't it pretty? Have a great week, and thanks for your time.